Okay, so we're going to be doing reflexology today, and me and Melissa have had a nice chat before, and I've asked about any injuries, any health conditions, or any allergies as well, and so we're all good to go ahead from here into the treatment. Now, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to be talking you and Melissa through what I'm doing. But often when I do treatments anyway, I find it quite nice to do just calmly speaking through the treatment with the client. I was saying earlier to Melissa that when we're working on the feet, because the feet is so far away from the head, if we have a busy mind, it can be really easy to get distracted if you do suffer with anxiety or stress. So just having that calm voice to talk you through everything can be a great way to help you get out of that busy mind and into the treatment. In a massage, you might actually place the sage on the body, but I'm just going to bring the scent around the body. So Melissa, at this point, as much as you're breathing into the belly, take the breath through the nose as well here. That's nice, yeah. And we take on energy throughout our day, the people that we meet, the places that we go. And so this is an opportunity to just come back to you, come back to your aura, your energy. And sage is a great way to help contribute to that. Calming down. So along with the beautiful sage that we've just used, I'm also just going to light some incense. It's just a very nice ritual to do at the start of a treatment, and because we're doing reflexology, the incense is a little bit further away from the head. So the smokiness from the incense is not going to be so intense. I'm just gonna douse the space. It's always a really lovely self-care practice to light some incense at the end of a long day. So I'm going to just pop that over here. I'll let that burn for a few moments. Okay. So I'm going to be working on the feet. Reflexology is such a beautiful, powerful treatment. We're working with different points on the feet that link up to the nervous system. And so essentially we have all of these nerve endings that run down the body and come out through the feet. They also come out at all the different extremities, so around the hands, face, ears. But I like to work best with the feet. The hands are a lovely way to begin or end a treatment, but it's not quite as powerful as working with the feet. The hands could also be a really great option for somebody who is maybe a little bit more frail, so maybe somebody elderly or somebody who's poorly. It could be a nice alternative for them. I'm going to use some warm stones as well. I love using warm stones. And I just find that I get cold feet and a lot of my clients get cold feet. So when I had the opportunity to train hot stones, it was a no-brainer because it stops the client's feet from getting cold, and you can also work really beautifully into the feet as well. So I'm going to begin by cleansing the feet. So going back to reflexology and what it's all about. As I mentioned, we have all these nerve endings that come out through the extremities, especially the feet. And when we push on these different points in the feet, they link up to different parts of the body through our nerve endings. So the left side of the body comes out through the left foot, right side of the body comes out through the right foot. When we push into these different points, they can help restore balance through those nerve endings. Nerve endings linking up through to the glands that produce hormones. Hormones are what makes us feel any type of way. So some people experience undiagnosed pain and they don't know what's wrong with them, and they can come to reflexology and it can help unblock some of those points that were causing a misfire in the hormones. A lot of people have reflexology because it helps with sleep, it helps with headaches. I also have a lot of clients with like fibromyalgia, and just a lot of people who just want to come for a treatment because it feels good. You know, a lot of, for me, having reflexology is just nice because it makes me feel more restored, more in balance. Again, it helps with sleep. It's recommended to have a course of reflexology though, so if somebody is trying to work on a specific ailment, you know, if they have, you know, maybe they suffer with migraines, then I would recommend like once a fortnight, once a week even if they could, as we start to work on those issues. But for someone just looking for that relaxation, once every 3 or 4 weeks is good. It's really whatever you can afford and whatever you can commit the time to. Even just something once every now and again is better than nothing. So I'm going to be doing like a taster of reflexology, like a mini treatment, just to give you the idea of what this treatment is all about. I'm going to talk through some of the different points that I'm going to work through. Right now I'm just warming the feet up, getting Melissa used to this part of the body being moved and touched. Obviously our feet work very hard for us all day long, and so actually just the massage part is just really nice because it helps us to release tension. And as we work through the feet today, I'm going to be feeling for different tension spots. Areas of imbalance. And maybe spending and paying a little bit more time and attention on those areas. Essentially, when we work on the feet in reflexology, the feet are a replicant of the body itself. So at the top we have the head, and then we move down the spine, right down to the pelvis, lower back, and the hormonal reflexes right around here. And so the feet really map out the rest of the body. And it's actually amazing the results that people get from this treatment. And it's amazing what shows up on the feet as imbalance, and then we replicate that back to the client and they're like, oh, I was having problems with that. It's crazy how it shows up on the feet. It's a very powerful treatment. And the first thing I want to establish is just if there's more mobility in one side than the other. So I'm just going to move the foot. We want to try and just keep this whole foot, ankle, leg super relaxed. Just allowing me to move the foot. And quite a lot of tightness there in the ankles, the Achilles. You know, often people will come with specific foot problems for reflexology, and as much as reflexology is incredible for, you know, tight muscles in the feet, it's not podiatry. So often if somebody has specific problems with their feet, I'll recommend them to a podiatrist. Maybe if they need like orthotics fitted for their shoes. Sometimes the two treatments go hand in hand. Okay. So I'm going to cover up one side. Keep it warm. And I'm going to focus in on the side first. So I'm going to begin by just separating the foot into different zones, working up from the bottom of the foot to the top. This is a good way just to bring the nerve ending points into awareness that the treatment is beginning. And it's a really great way for me to scan the feet, noticing any tension spots, maybe that I'm going to work on. And in a taster treatment, like we're doing today, that's quite important because we won't do the whole nervous system, the whole endocrine system. We're going to focus on the skeletal system. We're going to focus on the digestive system, and I'm going to notice imbalances on other parts, on other systems, and focus on them if needs be. I'm pressing into hypothalamus at the top of the toe, which is like our master gland. to do that whole process on the other side. There's lots of different ways that people do reflexology. It depends on the training that you have, but my training was always to switch between feet. I prefer it that way, and I think that's because if you do the whole thing on one foot and then the whole thing on the other foot, I think that you kind of lose the sensation on one foot, whereas you kind of keep both feet aware and active if you switch between the two. That one's still nice and warm. So I'm going to do the same thing on the side. You can see, right, how the toes get cold. It's nice to warm them back up. Okay. So let's just walk up the different zones. It's also super common, you know, if people come for their very first reflexology treatment, that the feet feel very imbalanced because they've never had reflexology before, and sometimes it can take like 3 treatments, 4 treatments to really get some results, because or to really feel for those proper imbalances that are authentic to that person. That's what I find personally anyway, because I think that the feet need to get used to the idea of the treatment. That's my opinion anyway. I think that the more treatments you do, the more receptive the feet become. So I'm going to switch feet again, and now I'm going to begin working the skeletal system, as well as the sinus points, which are around the toes. So I'm working up first the neck, into the pituitary gland and the head. Feels pretty good. And if we feel any, like, some people say it's a bit like bubble wrap, a bit crunchy, just work on those points for a bit longer. And if there's any pain, you just let me know, okay? Okay, this is feeling good. Often, you know, since like COVID and everything like that, people have had a lot of imbalance around the lungs and the diaphragm. I think there's just a little bit of historical blockage there from people who were poorly. Okay, I'm going to just see how we feel down the spine. I find often that the lower back does tend to be a little bit sore on some people, and that's super common. Like the lower back, hips, all of that kind of area is where a lot of our movements are derived from. So it's super common to have tightness there. A lot of these imbalances are simply just that, you know, they're nothing untoward, nothing to be scared of, just simply imbalances. And the amazing thing with reflexology is there's no harm that can ever be done from this treatment. It is only good. The very worst, you just get a lovely foot massage. The very best, we are maybe bringing the body into balance, reducing any pain in the body. It can also be a lovely treatment for anxiety as well, stress. Okay, so I'm going to come to the shoulder point. Very, very common that this is imbalanced, which it definitely is here. You can probably even feel like crunch, crunch. Yeah. And I'm going to work my way down the leg and the knee, elbow. I mean, some people have really sensitive feet. It's, you know, if people have extremely sensitive, tickly feet, then maybe it's not the treatment for you. But if you're worried about, is this a tickly treatment, it absolutely does not have to be tickly in any way. It's, you know, we do these firm strokes and then we're pressing into the point. So unless you are literally on the extreme side of tickly, then you should be okay. Just going to see how the adrenals feel. Fight or flight response. Just a little bit out there. This part of the foot is a great place to massage when you suffer with anxiety. And it's quite an easy place to reach if you have the flexibility to reach for your feet. You can also use like a tennis ball underfoot and roll your feet out. I would always recommend that. Try and fit it into your daily routine because it will start to stimulate all those, again, nerve endings, bringing you back into balance. Okay, so I'm going to come to the other side now. A little bit of a difference between the two sides. The neck is a little bit tighter on this side. And we did a massage earlier and there was definite imbalance between the two shoulders, linking to the neck, of course. Okay, I'm going to just work along these points. As I mentioned, this is going to be a taster version of reflexology today. I'm going to show some of the points that we do, but not all of them, so you can get an idea of what you might experience in a treatment. Okay. So let's work down the spine. See if there's any imbalance there. And the thing with reflexology is you can be intuitive with whether it's going to be more pushing or massaging. Everyone has a different technique, and different techniques can be beneficial in different ways. Reflexology can be good for things like menopause or hormonal problems, as well as fertility. Lots of people go specifically for fertility with reflexology, and different techniques can be more beneficial for different ailments and different wants and needs. There's definitely some balance around that point. The adrenals. Okay, let's come to the shoulders. Not as bad. Still tight, but not as bad. Oh, there we go. And then the shoulder point here. So I'm now going to work a bit more on the digestive system. I think I'm also going to just do a little bit around the hips as well, because we have the sciatic nerve that we can access quite easily in reflexology. I'm just going to work around this part here on the ankle. And then we can work our way just a little bit up the side of the leg. And I must stress that reflexology should never be painful. Yes, you might feel a little bit of a pushback. You might just sense that there's a bit of tightness there, but it's like a massage. It should feel good. It shouldn't feel painful. As much as there's some incredible benefits we can have from this treatment, it's also super holistic and relaxing. That's very interesting to do as well as a practitioner or as a therapist. Okay. So, do the hip on the other side. The reason I wanted to do digestion or the digestive system is because it links up to so many other factors. So, you know, our emotions can link up to our gut health. Things like how we, of course, digest food, but also our metabolism, our hormone levels can be sometimes affected, our sugar levels. So that's why I do like to incorporate this system into the taster session. So for the digestive system, we need both feet exposed because we start on one side and we keep switching between the two. So I'm going to start just with the gallbladder. Okay. And just walk along. It feels quite good. And I'm not going to hold these points for too long today. Sometimes when you have reflexology and you spend a lot of time with the client holding on these points of imbalance, we can have quite powerful reactions. So after having reflexology, you've got to be aware of your body the next 24 hours. Things like our digestive processes change, sleep changes. So sometimes, as with a lot of treatments, we have more of a negative reaction for the first 24 hours, but after 48 hours, we start to really reap the benefits. But as I was mentioning, if you push into a point for a really long period of time, it could incur more of a reaction. So I'm going to not hold for too long, and especially because Melissa has had a few treatments today, I don't want to overdo it. There is a limit to how much holistic therapy your body can take, I think. Or maybe not, I don't know. Okay. A really, really good sign from a client is when their feet absorb the oil quite quickly, which is what the feet are doing here. So this is a really good sign that the feet are taking on board the treatment really well, which is awesome. Okay, I'm going to work along the large and small intestines now. A function to use the energy and the nutrients from the food we eat and send that back into the body, but also the ability, of course, to digest food. I'm going to come to the small intestines there, just massaging into that point. Coming down to the pelvis. It's always a good bit to work into. just going to come back to those adrenals which felt definitely imbalanced. Oh, those ones are a bit longer. So we also have the hormonal system, got the diaphragm so we can work into the lungs, heart, thyroid. I'll just quickly just run down the lymphatic system. Okay, good. Just bring some awareness back, some movement back. Amazing. And actually this gentle push upwards is good for promoting hormonal balance, and sometimes people are like, oh, I haven't shaved my legs when when I'm going up the ankles, but actually the most beneficial way of doing this is if there is a little bit of hair growth there, because you're pushing the follicles back and it's stimulating this hormonal reaction, so it's good for bringing hormones back into balance. Recommended for menopause, menopausal symptoms, or any hormonal imbalance. Awesome. Now I'm going to just come to the solar plexus, the point on the body. It would just be around the tummy, rib cage area. So we're going to bring the breath into that point now, the belly and the rib cage. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in, and as we breathe in, I push, and then exhale. Good, and again, deep breath in, and exhale. And then one more, deep breath in, and exhale. Okay, good. I'm just going to finish the treatment by placing my palms against the feet. Okay, release. You feel okay? I'm just going to pop these to the side. And I'm going to maybe just give your feet just a quick towel off. I'll first just cleanse them actually. Put that there. A bit cold. Just give them a little wipe down. Okay, alright. I'm just gonna leave the room for you to just take some time, come back into your body, come back into the space, and have a drink of water, and then you can just let me know when you're ready for me to come back in, okay?
So for today's session, we're obviously booked in for reflexology, but you know me, just a little doodle of everything I do. And I felt intuitively today just to do a couple of ear seeding, just to obviously do some reflex points in the ear or auricular points in the ear, just to help bring some calm. Because I think from a couple of our sessions, it's just coming up repetitively, just needing to sort of draw. But how are you today otherwise?
Yeah, again, pretty like drained, and it's a different kind of like buzzing today, where it's more of a drained but powering through kind, as opposed to that. I guess I haven't actually had caffeine today, which might impact it, but I feel very just worn out. Yeah.
sleeping?
I have been sleeping better, which is
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yes, with the see. Yeah. Did you try it with your watch?
Only 2 nights so far, because I'm not the best at remembering to wear it.
Doesn't matter. It's just more for interest more than anything else.
I can say from experience that I'm sleeping better, but yeah, no scientific data on that yet.
Pseudo works best. Just turn your head to the left for me. So I'm just going to use an alcoholic wipe just to clean the ears. I'll just do literally a couple of points. And then turn to the other side. So hopefully today we can achieve just a bit of a relaxing session for you that you can unwind. You're not anywhere around your cycle, are you?
No.
Okay, put your head normal. I felt silver today over gold for you. Why? Just because.
I prefer silver, so that's nice.
That's good. Okay, so just turn your head to the left again for me. Thank you. There's no other stresses that are abnormal in your life at the moment?
I'm just extremely busy.
Okay.
And trying to keep up the stamina to do everything.
You should come for a trip next time.
So what, sorry?
You should come for a trip then.
Yeah. I feel like I had some sort of vitamin water thing this morning.
Oh yeah? How was that?
Yeah, it was good. I'm worried I've got a cold coming on because I'm tiring myself out. So I always get sick the moment I burn out. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, just to be careful for that.
Mm.
It's very popular at the moment, everyone's sick. That's why I think my main therapies are drips and shots and colonics now. With November, half December. January is complete reboot of everything, right?
Yeah, it's flu season, isn't it?
Mm. So the vitamin D shots are popular because they reduce the risk of COVID and viral infections and many, many, many other things. But yeah, then I've got stuff for immunity, mega dose of different vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and then combining them, that's what makes it quite supportive. So if you find that you need something like that, then we can switch gears. So this will just hopefully help reduce stress, and then you can really sleep really well tonight and sort of relax into the reflexology, just to sort of then give more opportunity to your immune system to reboot. Sometimes when we stress, we sleep, but we don't go into the deep sleep. So I'm just going to touch your belly for a second and your forehead, just to connect with you. Just going to do some tuning forks for a second. I just want to see some things. Don't be a little bit noisy. Yeah, there's definitely something in your throat.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound how it changes if you hear it. It's unblocking a bit now. see that down your feet. The last one is I pulled out a couple of back flowers, and interesting combination today, but the one about jealousy, but you said the one comes up all the time, sorry, but yeah, I don't know, just is. One to represent hope, so I don't know what sort of might be, maybe you feeling hopeful about the future, or you're hoping for something to change, or maybe hoping to get some relaxation or something. This one sort of represents some sense of like fear or terror. So I don't know if there's like, I exaggerate that word quite a lot, but I don't know if there's something overwhelming that's happening. And this one represents openness. So it's a story I can't quite exactly piece together, but
so many things going on there.
So I don't know if they resonate with you or not, but we'll just put the frequencies in your body.
Thank you.
Just lift your tongue. But what I can say is obviously there's a theme with the jealousy one coming up.
Yeah. Not great.
Maybe it might be worth buying it and just taking it every day, just to sort of balance the energies out.
I just love that got jealousy.
It could be just like maybe, I don't know, I'm just intuiting here, but it could be like you're hoping to be sort of a different version of yourself, you're hoping for change, you know, maybe different role, different job, something like that, and maybe in a sense you're jealous of other people that have achieved that, and you're hoping to do that, and you're wondering, will I ever achieve that? It gives you a bit of fear, terror, kind of like, oh, what if I never get there? And then it's like constantly just trying to say, like, the energies are saying just be open, things are coming, you know, time, to take a bit of time. Let's do the last one. So if I have to try and put a story together, that is my story. You can rewrite it as you wish. And then I will put, whilst I do the reflexology, I'm going to do the quantum physics PMF setting. That's going to be about an hour. So we'll do it in tandem with the reflexology, just to sort of reset the body on different levels, calming the mind, harmonizing, helping with the cells, and connecting the nervous system to the heart. So just get things to talk better to each other. All right, so I guess there might be some new people tuning in. So we're doing reflexology today. Welcome. And reflexology is a Chinese medical treatment. And to the untrained observer, it might look like we're doing a foot massage, but it's actually a sequence that we treat, and we don't just rub the feet, we use certain light pressure and flow in a sequence, and I almost always say it's like Tai Chi. And then we'll feel on the different parts of the feet, under as well as above, and even behind the ankle. And each part will represent a different part of the body. So we say it's like the microcosm of the body, so the whole body can be found in the feet. So when I feel that there is like a buildup of uric acid, so to the untrained person, that will mean like there's a crunchy bit in your foot. That will tell me there's an imbalance in a certain body part. So obviously with experience, I'll know where all these different body parts are. And then we can work out ideas and lifestyle changes on how to improve. If you've got digestive issues or breathing issues, or in your case, like you're saying that you're maybe feeling a bit sick, you know, a little bit fluey, maybe about run down, then I'm going to definitely look at the lungs and the sinuses and try to stimulate those more. Right. So as always, let's just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the belly. Maybe think of a number. I like this number of 6 today, so try to take a nice slow breath of 6 counts. In and out for 8 if you can, very slowly. Just keep repeating that. Just feeling the sensation of me connecting with your feet. And this is what we're going to focus on for today's session. It's just me helping relax, calm, and gently just help you go into a sense of relaxation. Almost like you're on a cloud today because everything is white and beautiful, comfortable and soft. Just imagine you're floating on a cloud that's very light. Just like a cloud, your mind becomes light. Granting you the permission to tune into your energy field. Granting yourself permission to relax. little imbalance in the liver. So I'm just working a little bit more on that. A little bit of imbalance in the right lung. Some imbalance in the lower spine now I'm picking up. A little bit of stuff in the fallopian tubes as well, so something reproductive. moving on to the other foot. So there will be a lot of similarities because there are organs on both sides. I'm going to see if some of the imbalances I picked up on the right are still representing themselves on the left, or maybe it was just a right side imbalance. I'll let you know what I pick up along the way. So this side I pick up on your neck. Some sinus issues on the side, extending up into the eye, so we can hear that we're releasing some blockages so your digestive sounds are working.
I can really feel it at the top there.
The crunchy.
Yeah, all along the top of that bit of the foot. So crunchy.
It's like cornflakes. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it is though. It's like something in there.
Yeah, so this represents a lot of your sinuses. Would you say you got a lot of sinus at the moment, or?
Definitely my throat and nose, but not to the extent that I call it a proper cold, but it's just, yeah, all stuffy.
It's more on the left side. It's creating a lot of blockage and tension. A little bit in the ear as well, but mostly around the eye. So you might feel a bit like, potentially, not definitely, a little bit blurry like vision, or feeling you can't focus as easily. Sometimes you go, oh, maybe I need some glasses now. Yeah, it's much better now. I don't feel it. It's gone now.
Do the results mirror each other then, so that if the foot becomes better, does the original symptoms then become more likely to become better as a result?
Yes.
So they're linked both ways?
Yes. Well, what I've noticed with reflexology, it's not necessarily a one-time session. It's a few sessions needed to sort of keep that problem at bay. But I see it as a very powerful modality to help people relax more, and usually through stress or the reduction of stress, the symptoms can also decrease because the brain can function better. That's the main component with healing, is the stress. If we get you to de-stress, a lot of things function well. So that's the common example of when people go on holiday, they're like, oh, I can eat whatever I want, sleep like a bear, you know, no problems, come back to work, and then all of a sudden X, Y, and Z is just there again. That's good. Yeah, more digestion, I can hear it. Today I'm applying, I mean, I don't know if you'll remember, but last time it was a lot more gentle, but today I feel like a little bit more of a deeper pressure is needed. Not necessarily consistent with reflexology, but your uric acid buildup is quite solid in summary, so it just needs a little bit of extra support to break it down. But you're responding quite easy here, can you feel that?
Yeah, I can really feel it this time compared to last time.
Yeah, but a lot's been going on.
Yeah. It also feels like I can feel, because my head is so far away from the feet as well, it's almost like helping me control my thoughts a bit better. I don't know if that's a thing, but
trying to be present with
something. It's like
something.
spreading me out.
Spread you out. Yeah, lots of blockages in the lung. So I mean, if you're not sick yet, this will definitely help. But then just try to be mindful of certain things that will boost your immune system. So yeah, you know, medically we can do drips and shots, or think about having more vitamin C. You can maybe outside get some, you know, jojoba juice or something similar.
Definitely.
Yeah. Obviously try not eat junk food, drink water, exercise. Don't get caught in the rain, that can make you sick as well. Very cringy. It's not very professional, but it's just the best word. Yeah, so it's crystallized is I guess the right way, but I don't know, just cringy just feels like the right word. Yeah, but it's, this one is a stubborn one. This is not a one-time session one, unfortunately. I can feel it.
I wonder what's changed so much between now and the previous one with me.
Well, lots going on for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess busyness.
And you can argue being a bit more sedimented as well, maybe.
Definitely.
Maybe being so busy, you're not really having a lot of time to, I don't know, maybe do exercise or go out. Yeah, but definitely your left side is way more congested compared to the other side. Yeah, we're basically developing a trust relationship with your energy body, and then most people start very guarded and they don't know it on a present physical level, so you can't really get in so deep. But I mean, we've had quite well a relationship, so your body, I believe, I'd like to say, is starting to trust. And I'm not going to do anything bad, and I'm here for your highest good. So you just sort of unwind, and then that's where the magic happens. Yeah, we have to see ourselves like multiple bodies. The mind as a body, the emotion as a body, the spirit as a body, the energy as a body, and then you have the physical. And what I'm aspiring to do is trying to harmonize all of them, because through day-to-day life we're very detached or disassociate for various reasons to manage stress better. So maybe at this moment you're a little bit detached because you're trying to fight off this flu that's lingering. You're like, no, I can't handle it, it's not going to happen right now. So by doing that you detach more from your body, and then when you're on holiday your body's like, yes, okay, there's no stress, we can all come back together, having this party. And they're like, oh well, sorry guys, I'm sick. Like, okay. So yeah, that's why I think my mastery lies is trying to create a harmony or a reconnection between all the different bodies we have. That's why I do all the different works. Yes, I said definitely something with your reproductive, so you're definitely not on your period or coming close to.
What day is it?
22, 21.
Okay, I'm not super far, probably a week.
Definitely something here. It's what I picked up last time as well. But look at that.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's so weird that it's so concentrated on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, it does happen. For various reasons. So the left side's all about the feminine, female, the nurturing side, whereas the right side's the masculine, assertive, driven. So we can say that maybe there's something imbalanced in that aspect. Maybe, I mean, you come across to me as a very feminine woman, and sort of all the things you're doing, you're really tuning into the masculine, and maybe sometimes almost being unnaturally too much in the masculine. So your feminine side's going, hello, remember me. Yeah. So we're working that one as well. It's to do with lower back. And yeah, around the reproductive organ as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on this foot. But that's okay. Yeah, so if you want, like I said one time, we can maybe do the blood tests as well.
I'd love to do that.
It literally takes 10 minutes, so...
I should try add it on to something else I come in for.
Yeah, the only T's and C's are you need to be fasted for 6 hours.
6? Okay.
But if you're coming for a treatment before, argument's sake, an hour's treatment, and we take half an hour to set up, so then you can sort of 6 minus 5, 1.5 hours.
7:40.
Sort of have lunch at 12, 1, 2, 1.
So do blood tests bring up the, not just like allergies and stuff, but also deficiencies, I guess?
Yeah, so we do allergies to food and environment, so hay fever and animals and what else is there, like cockroaches and stuff. It's quite interesting. Then food intolerances, and then we'll check your critical vitamins, so your B12, your D, your iron, your cholesterol, and then lots of markers in your liver. So basically helps me represent all the aspects of the gut, and then I can help you with that if you maybe need shots or nutrition. But it's very common for skin breakouts if you're low in B12, maybe D as well, maybe C, because C is good for wound healing. Then other things we can do for inflammation as well, so it just depends, but food is usually the main trigger because it's what you are putting into your system every day. I just discovered a new water which has prebiotics and fibre in it, and it's deliciously flavoured.
What?
Yeah, so I did have a meeting with them, and they're doing some clinical studies and research that shows if you have it for 1 bottle a day for 14 days, so it's part of your water intake, it will really help your gut.
That's so interesting.
So I think it's bloody delicious. So,
does it taste like flavoured then?
yeah, it's really nice. Like I had the strawberry, there's 2 flavours, I had the strawberry one, and I thought, I feel like I'm drinking a real strawberry. Honestly.
That's so cool. I never would have thought that would, like in water, that makes so much sense.
It just makes it delicious. Yeah. But it is all like proper clinically done. So they said they took 27 trials of different flavours to finally get to what they have now. So I'll send you.
Do they have a non-strawberry one?
Lemon and lime.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
It's really good. It's my favourite. I prefer lemon and lime. Yeah, that's bladder. Yeah. So it's more lower back sacrum I picked up just earlier when we were talking. Affecting a bit of your hip on the left side, so there's a lot of imbalance on the left, isn't it? You should always say, if you go to other people for reflexology, just to say that you have a lot more imbalance on your left, so because usually people start just generically on the right, so just to say that you need more attention on this side, so I can just give you the right time.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm doing with you is I'll call it the full sequence, because I haven't seen you in a while for this, so it's rather for me to go through the whole foot and pick up what's coming up, because even when you do a consult, most people forget they have problems, or they don't realize they have problems. But it just gives you just sort of a like a hint that goes, okay, I need to just be more aware of this spot. But then obviously when you come for, which lots of people come for weekly sessions, then it's like, okay, maybe we do a bit of a shorter session of the reflex and we focus on the main key points, and then we do a little bit of something else. So I think that's the beauty with me, is that at least I can fill the session with something else.
Is reflexology something that is better done like weekly then, or is it really just a case-by-case thing?
I think weekly is amazing, because we don't really use our feet much, and we don't touch our feet much, and you know, most of us are sediment in our work, and we're sitting, very sedimentary lives. So I think it's important to do it, and it can really reveal so much that we're not used to. So a lot of people who are stressed and work intensive corporate jobs, this is very powerful for them, and relaxing, non-invasive. It's a good treatment, especially if people are not comfortable with other people touching them. It feels quite intimate but yet distanced, so you can really get the relationship going. So yeah, I think weekly's great. It's just more about time and affordability.
It's already feeling so much better. I didn't even realise a foot could be tense.
So I'm just gonna push on your kidney point, because that's a good point to push on for relaxation. So when I push in, you're gonna breathe in, and then I'll rewind, and we'll do 3 times, okay? So, and breathe in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And that's it for today, lovely.
Thank you.
I don't feel intuitive that we should use the sound and the forks. Why? It just is. But it looked like something needed. It's more physical today, more mechanical. But yeah, sort of I try to do it a bit differently, just to sort of pick it up as I go. But definitely left side more dominant. Looking more sinuses, lungs, throat, even tonsils. So I would say just being aware of maybe inflammation in the glands as well. Something definitely gynecological. So, you know, if you're coming near your period, I don't know, we'll find out. Sometimes this might induce an early period, and especially if you've done some acupuncture yesterday as well. Yeah, and just lower back focus, so that's why, and that's why I'm thinking maybe there's something, maybe your period might be starting to do its thing, but something lower back as well, or maybe looking at your posture at work. But other than that, everything is okay. A little bit I think a little bit of inflammation in the liver is what I felt as well. But yeah, that what I would say is the best, or the most important notes I'd say from your feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you've done the full 1 hour reset on the My Health device. So just gonna wipe your feet down.
Thank you.
And then I'll drape the towel on the floor so then you can sort of stand up and rest on it.
Yeah, I guess I'll place my most focus on upping immunity. That's my sort of homework.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I can recommend, you know, there's definitely supplements, maybe the water as well, because then that can really help with building sort of the gut flora, so that can protect you. There's definitely immunity supplements, so maybe what we'll do quickly is I'll just have to find my laptop, and then we can do a scan and see if there's anything specific nutritionally that the scan's saying you need. But zinc is usually the most common one. You might need a couple of detox.
Hi Melissa.
Hello.
I feel like giving you a hug.
Why not?
Oh, gorgeous lady. So you're back for another collab, and we are enjoying these, aren't we? Lots of therapy, and you've had a reflexology with me before.
Yes, I have. I loved it so much. Yeah, I really like aromatherapy oils as well, so having that mixed in there, I loved it.
It's quite unusual, I think, so that's why we call it Swiss Reflex, because it's a different take on standard reflexology. So I've got lots of friends here. These are all my friends, my essential oils, and they've all got different qualities. And I wish I knew every quality of every friend. How you would want to know all your qualities of all your friends. But from the ones I know, I'm going to put some together in a while, once I've done the assessment for your reflexology, that will help your overall body health. It's not just for your feet, it's for your whole body and mind. And each essential oil has different natural chemical components which will help you in lots of different ways. So they might help digestively, respiratory, or they might help with musculoskeletal issues and structure. They might help mentally and emotionally, and many also help spiritually.
Okay.
Which is fascinating. Now that doesn't mean to say that one oil is only good for one thing, because one oil will have many different ways it can help you. And as an aromatherapist, in fact I'm a clinical aromatherapist, I've done more advanced training. As a clinical aromatherapist, it's our job to work out which oils, which have a whole range, like, what do you call them, those maps, those little, it's like a spider map, but I didn't want to say the word spider. When you've got a word in the middle and lots of reasons around it.
Oh, yes, spider diagram.
It is.
It's a spider diagram.
You see? Okay, right. So imagine essential oil in the middle, and it'll have lots of different reasons why it can help you, to a lesser or further extent. And they will cross over, like a Venn diagram, to many other essential oils. And it's our job to find that centre of the Venn diagram, to find that mix of oils that will give you, today, in this moment, because you'll be different tomorrow, you'll be different next year, the best treatment possible.
Okay, so it's like detective work almost.
It is. You have to put your Inspector Clouseau hat on. So for instance, if you were to come to me, glasses on, if you were to come to me and say you needed help with your respiratory system, so maybe a touch of asthma or sinus issues, headaches caused by blocked sinuses, ear infections, I'd be looking to oils like myrrh and niaouli and a big hitter, red thyme, definitely sweet thyme. I'd be looking at Eucalyptus staigeriana, one of my favourites, cedarwood as well, myrtle, even hoe leaf, which is a bit like rosewood. And then some of my larger oils, just because I use so much of them that I need them in bigger bottles, definitely sweet basil, And we also have peppermint, wonderful for breathing, respiratory. We have lemon, very cleansing. Tea tree, big hitter, so antifungal, antiseptic. In fact, every essential oil is antiseptic. Eucalyptus, so there's lots of different forms of eucalyptus. This one is called Eucalyptus stegariana I've got there, that's my friend there. Eucalyptus smithii is an amazing essential oil. It's one of the very first ones I learnt because it has very small molecules and therefore is fine to use with babies and children and the elderly and the frail and with ailments. So Eucalyptus smithii you can diffuse in a room even with youngsters in, and it won't be harmful because the molecules are small. Yeah. What else do we have here? Definitely rosemary. So, you know, just for the respiratory system, we have a lot of oils here. So, let's switch across to the digestive system. And I would be looking at some of the same ones. Maybe thyme, definitely peppermint. Peppermint's very cooling and calming. I would go for coriander. So these are all the digestive ones here. I'd go for black pepper. Black pepper, I know it's a strong spice, a big hitter, but actually fantastic for muscle ache and pain and digestive system, very calming. I would also go for cinnamon, mandarin, marjoram sweet, ginger. Obviously everyone knows that ginger is very calming, and the way I think about it is if you were to grate a root ginger and then you wash the grater, the old remnants of the ginger left on the grater just fall away, they wash away and leave nothing left, like cheese does or a potato would. It just is a clean root. And it's the same with ginger and the root. It leaves it very cleanly within you, so you have this gorgeous cleansing effect of ginger. And the same with lemon, you know, lemon and ginger, as we tend to put them together, just really cleansing and purifying. So, digestive system, respiratory system, and one of my other favourite conversations, the hormonal system. So, you know, let's think about menopause, let's think about PMT, let's think about infertility, let's think about amenorrhea, which is absence of periods. Let's think about starting periods right early in life. So we're looking at ones definitely like rose geranium, German chamomile. Look, I love it so much. I've got 2 rose geraniums. We'd be looking at geranium itself and a lovely, lovely one, clary sage. Now, clary sage reminds me of birth because I used clary sage with my my second birth, because it helps retract the uterus and dilate the uterus. The only thing is it worked so quickly that it happened very quickly with me, which is fine. You'd say, oh, excellent, yeah. But there's a certain amount of pain that happens if
it happens quickly.
If it happens really quickly. So that's happened with me, and I dealt with it. I didn't need any drugs or anything else. And I was in a water birth unit at the time, so you know you've got the support of the warm water and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whenever I smell clary sage, it takes me straight back to wonderful, wonderful moment of giving birth to my beautiful baby. Yeah, so it works really. So in the end, it was just on a tissue. We had to put the tissue out of the room.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
is that powerful?
Jez put it the other side of the room. I could still smell it, and so I said, no, it needs to go out of the room. It needs to go in the bin, really, because it was working too much with me. Because the other thing is, clary sage, fantastic for pain relief. So even though it was happening quickly, there was a certain amount of pain with it, but it was reducing that pain for me. Yeah, oh, wow. Yeah. So a lovely friend to have. Yeah.
Memories with it.
Oh, and of course I haven't talked about lavender. You know, lavender, hormonally. In fact, lavender, I call it an umbrella oil because it's good for practically everything. It covers all of these issues: digestive, respiratory, hormonal, just to name a few of the systems of the body. So let's see what comes up with you today.
Yeah. I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
Like, what are the differences in colours on the labels? Is that the base note thing? I thought it might be.
So, what's blue, do you think?
Oh, I think I remember earlier that frankincense, which was a base note, was blue, potentially.
That's right.
But what are the other two? That's what I don't know.
Middle and top notes.
Right.
So my yellows are middle notes.
Okay.
And my reds are top notes.
Okay.
So you can see I've got a good spread, but a lot of top and base, I think. Do you think?
Wait, which one was top again? Yellow?
Red.
Red.
But I suppose a good spread.
Quite a few yellows, yeah.
So what you really want in the perfect mix of essential oils is a top, middle and base note. Right. Because the base will fix the other two, because the base is not as much volatile. The top note is very volatile, so that means it will absorb into the air and diffuse into the air really easily. That's why you smell them first, because it's in the air. Yeah. So a little part of that oil has gone up your nose. It's literally sitting in your nose. That's why you can smell it. Yeah. And then the middle note is just nice. It's that steady influence that you've got of the middle of the oil, and of course that's absorbing into your skin, your scalp, infusing, and you're breathing it in. There's an olfactory bulb, O-L-F-A-C-T-O-R-Y, olfactory bulb, as in like a gland, let's call it, just behind here. So when you breathe in and you breathe an essential oil, you're breathing it in, and there are different components of that oil, different chemical elements will go up and hit the olfactory bulb, and the olfactory bulb will decipher whether those elements need to go to various different parts of your head. So it could be helping with memory, it could be helping hormonally, digestively, respiratory, and they will send messages, and that message might be euphoric, it might be for upliftedness and happiness, or it might be sedatory, so it might be sedating you and calming you and just saying everything's okay, you know. So lots of different messages can happen at that point, and it is really interesting when I have people that have an essence of depression or anxiety, or just feeling low or down, or not being able to put their finger on what it is. And you know, when you meet people in life, some people are quite depressed but actually quite manic with it, and you think, oh, you need to calm down a bit. Some people are depressed and can't get off the sofa, you know, and different essential oils will have the up or calming, upping or calming effect depending on which essential oil you use. And when I have people as clients in the bothy, I use that sense of knowing the oils, knowing my friends, to work out which type of upping or downing we need to do. and that's a fine balance, because you can't just say that's good for depression, use that, because it might be sedating, and therefore they might not need to keep down. They might need some upliftment. Yeah.
So it's really like a case by case basis.
Absolutely. It's that back to that Venn diagram.
Yeah. I think I can see some of the ones I used last time, so I'm curious to see whether my subconscious will want the same or not.
There is another way of finding out which oil would be right for you today, and that is dowsing. Have you ever done dowsing?
I don't think so, no.
Shall we do that?
Yeah, that sounds, I love trying new things.
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll do it after the assessment, shall we?
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much.
That's
and
all
I'm looking forward to it.
So, I've got some lovely chamomile hydrolat here. A hydrolat is the water that they used to throw away when making essential oils from the distillation process. And now they realise that hydrolats have their own qualities, which are often, sometimes, quite different from the qualities of essential oils of the same plant.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? They're safer to use, they have fewer contraindications. So I'm just giving your feet a nice little smooth off with the cotton infused Roman chamomile pads.
That smells lovely. It smells almost like licorice.
Oh, last time I did Melissa, didn't I?
You did, yes. Melissa for Melissa.
Well, we've got Roman chamomile today, and Roman chamomile is anti-inflammatory, it's very calming, it's good for sleep, good for skin, like eczema. Beautiful oil, or hydrolat. Hello, feet. So, do you want me to explain reflexology?
Yes, please.
Or not? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you did briefly last time, but I would love to know.
Yeah? Okay.
I love learning.
You'll be able to know it all. I mean,
Well, I think last time when you mentioned top notes and bottom notes, I kind of from context have worked out what it is, but it's so fascinating hearing you give the explanation in depth as to what exactly the oils are doing. I really love all of reflexology. I've always been fascinated by it. So
maybe you should do something. Maybe you should.
My mum used to do it as well, so as a kid I was always kind of interested.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, and now look at you.
Yeah.
Lovely. I bet she's so proud of you.
I think she's jealous.
Ah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Okay, so beautiful map of the body on the feet here. So we've got the left side of the body, the right side of the body. This is the spine going down the centre. So we've got the beautiful shape of your spine running from the neck down all the vertebrae, right down to the sacrum. Then all the organs contained in the upper body are contained in the upper part of the foot, down to the narrowing, the waist here, and likewise for below. So the head is actually cut into two. We've got the big toe here, left and right sides. The sinuses are in the other toes. The lungs are in the foot upper pads here. And I will explain what part of the body I'm doing as I go forward. How it might feel for you when I'm testing the feet, and bearing in mind I have extremely short nails.
Okay.
So it won't be a nail or a nail edge that you'll feel, but if I was to press in a certain place and it feels sharp to you, that's a sign that there is some congestion there in the meridian, the energy line that works its way through the body. Now those meridians aren't to do with the nerve system, the circulation, the white blood cells. It's its own system of meridians that has been worked out over hundreds, if not thousands of years by the ancients, that this works where the meridians end up at the extremities and gives you a map of the body. The same for the hands, the same for the face, and the same for the ears. So the ear is an upside down fetus. So this is the head here, and this is the spine going around the back there.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at the body, I'm going to have a little feel, one point at a time and one system at a time. See, that feels a bit clicky to me.
I can feel that, yeah.
It did to you?
Yeah, it did. Something was jiggling along with your finger.
Yeah, you see, the more you have of treatment, the more you're becoming body aware. It's really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, less so on this side.
Yeah, can't feel it on that side. Just a little bit on your solar plexus, you see? You're doing
so
my job.
weird. I couldn't feel it as much last time I was here.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So now going on to the sciatic nerve. So starting at the very base, or near the base of the spine, so right at the bottom of the foot, and coming round and down the leg, which works its way down here. Same for this side. I'm just going to pick the foot up and feel it around there and down. Okay, that feels good, sciatic nerve. Now looking at, let's have a look at the neck and the spine. So feeling this side of your neck, your right side, the back, and just feeling down. There's a lovely channel here, a natural channel, which is the side of the erector spinae, the muscles of the spine. Let's just have a feel of that neck first. Oh, it feels, oh yeah, on your left. Can you feel that? That is painful.
It's not nice.
No, it's not nice. And then the back of the neck on the left-hand side. And now coming round down the spine to the base. And bearing in mind you have a lot of treatment, so yeah. I'm hoping not to find much.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, now shoulder blades. So coming up behind here, these are your angel wings. The only thing I can feel with those is that they're slightly dehydrated, which I know sounds really odd. How can shoulders be hydrated? Yeah. But I mean, everything needs hydration. And the reason I can feel that is because when I'm pushing, it's not inflating very quickly. It leaves a dent for too long.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that just a lack of drinking water then? And
yes.
Has it gone there?
Yes, but I know with my core therapy that sometimes clients come in saying, I have drunk buckets of water, there's no way I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
You know, when they get on the couch and I do the hair pull thing. Mm-hmm. And I say, well, you are still dehydrated, you need to drink water. Mm-hmm. And I say, there is probably a reason your body isn't holding on to the water. Maybe you are drinking plenty of water, but you're just getting rid of it rather than holding on to that moisture. And there are certain foods, apparently, maybe viewers can do some research on this, that help retain and absorb that moisture so you hold on for longer. If you're one of those people that seems to always be drinking water but not feel or show hydration, like showing hydration here. I believe, but people can look into this, that electrolytes, are you familiar with that? So like sports drinks
and stuff.
So Jez and I cycle, and we have these little tablets that we put into our drinks when we're cycling to help rehydrate the body when cycling, and they are, for instance, electrolytes, but you can get them in lots of different types of medium. I've also been told that drinking lemon water helps. Right. Whether this these are accurate. People can look into this. But what I'm just suggesting here is that just because you drink lots of water might not mean that you are hydrated. The body might show dehydration in different ways, and look into ways of holding on to your moisture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Thank you. I've never thought about that before.
Okay, joints. So we're looking at elbows. I noticed with your massage earlier that your elbows are quite dry.
Oh, okay.
Have you noticed?
Is that this bit of it?
Just the back elbow.
I don't really moisterise my elbows.
No.
Or body in general. So.
Do you not? Yeah. I moisturise every morning, and I have done since, I think, since I started doing aromatherapy when I was 28.
Oh wow.
So I moisturise because I make
Do you not
my
feel
own.
all sticky and...
No, my skin just feels beautifully hydrated and soft, and I put different essential oils in every time. I just think, oh, what do I feel like today? And I'll put different ones in.
That makes it quite fun, I guess.
So I do a big pot, and it lasts me like 3 months, and then I get through it, and then I make a whole new mix. So yeah, so maybe put something on your elbows. They're a little bit dry. They're okay today because I've just treated them. And then hips on the bone. This one's clicking. And then knees. I'm just wondering if your thigh is going to come up.
That's a good point. That came up in core therapy, didn't it?
So let's have a look at respiratory system. So we're looking at the lungs. Oh, a bit crunchy. You might be trying to fight something off at the moment, because I can't. You don't suffer with asthma or sinusitis, any respiratory issue?
I sometimes can get a bit breathless, but it's not asthma or anything.
What occasion, like walking up a steep hill or something?
There's not always a reason there, just maybe, yeah, sometimes even like a tiny bit of exercise. It comes in waves. I think it's like some form of long COVID, but yeah, so I haven't had it much recently though, so as long as I'm not like overdoing too much physical activity, I can breathe fine. But I think the doctor said I breathe from too high up sometimes instead of
too shallowly.
Too shallow, yeah.
Yeah. So practice some yogic breathing, where you inflate the abdomen when you're breathing in.
Yeah.
And you pull the abdomen in order to chuck the air out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing because on days like this, or when I've been doing lots of filming, I can feel that my breathing issues are a lot better, because I think with treatments you're often told to breathe deeply and kind of forced to breathe properly, like to help yourself. So I've been really good today. I haven't had any breathing issues, so yeah.
That's nice.
Self-care is good.
Oh, it really is, yeah. And surely you're the queen of self-care.
Yeah, it might be. Especially at the moment.
Okay, so we've looked at respiratory, I've looked at sinuses just now. Now we're going to look at the eyes. Not really. I was going to say something, but it would be really picky. So that feels quite solid, and that feels a tiny bit clicky, but not enough to do something about. And then the ears. Can you feel the bone there?
Yeah. I can really feel it.
No, they feel okay. Yeah. So we've done skeletal, respiratory. Let's go on to digestive. So I'm going to come across the small intestine, working from the right hand side. Going to feel into the liver, a large organ, a little bit higher up than the small intestine. I'm working quite firmly in a caterpillar movement with my thumb, and then to the pancreas and stomach. I thought something was clicking, but I think it's just the movement of my thumb on your friction on your foot. And then coming across again, more small intestines. And now want to come down that ileocecal valve, up the ascending colon, across, transcending, down the descending, and out. Feels fine.
It's good.
Despite just having had lunch.
Yeah.
It's good. Right, let's look at the lymph system. So I'm going to come to the front of the foot, just down between the first and second toes, just an inch down here. That one's feeling a little bit blocked, so that's lymph in the chest area. And then coming around the inguinal lymph. Feels okay. The reproductive system, so coming the outside of the ankle. Caterpillar movement with a soft finger pad, being very sensitive to any feelings here. And then in the center, just relax your feet. Feels okay, feels good. So that's ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus. Now I want to look at the excretory system. So we're looking from the adrenal gland to the kidney, down the ureter to the bladder. Yeah, kidney's tight. And it is on that side. I always treat the kidneys anyway, but I will definitely treat them here. Right, so pituitary is in the big toes because it's in the head. It just sits just right in the middle there. And tiny click on your left side, right side's fine. Fascinating. And then up the thyroid to the parathyroid. Feels good? Lovely.
Oh, wonderful.
Lovely. So, glandular system, not bad. All sorted. So let's have a look at putting together some essential oils using dowsing.
Thank you. Exciting.
Okay, so I'm just going to do some dowsing with my trusty little dowser here, and I think you're supposed to give them a name. I don't know if I've given her a name before. Let's just ask. Actually, I know this is going to sound really strange to you guys. It probably does to me as well. But, so my little dowser here, can you show me a yes? I'm not doing anything. I can remember watching this years ago, in person and on TV, and thinking, that hand is moving. My hand is not moving at all, and it's going around in a clockwise manner. Okay, and stop. Okay, little dowser, can you show me a no? Okay, it's a bit more reticent, but it is starting to move. Oh, when I'm talking, it stops. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's making very small anti-clockwise movement.
Wow, that's so fascinating.
I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Oh, it's getting a bit bigger now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's going anti-clockwise. Okay. Okay, little dowser. Would you like the name Amber? No. That's a really strong no. I thought you liked Amber.
That's stronger than the example for no.
Yes, yes.
It really doesn't like Amber.
Melissa, give me a name.
Oh gosh. It's kind of stripy though. Stripy.
Okay. My little dowser, would you like to be called Stripy? Oh my goodness.
Is that a yes or a no? Is that the yes?
Really likes Stripy. I would never have thought of that. Honestly, I'm not moving my hand at all. Look how strong that is. I think it's got a sense of humour.
I like it.
Okay.
We can be good friends.
Okay. And you'll notice when I stop it, I just put my hand under. I'm not actually in contact with it.
Right.
So, Stripy, I would like you to choose some essential oils for Melissa, my friend here. Is that okay? That's a really strong yes.
I'm glad. Imagine if it said no.
Yeah, well, then we'd be doing kinesiology instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you
Stripey.
very much. Thank you, Stripey. I can't believe this. It's hysterical. Okay, so I have a whole range of essential oils here. I'm just about to put a mix together for Melissa's Swiss reflexology treatment. So I'm going to move the dowser over or towards the essential oils, and it may well point at an essential oil that it wants me to use. I am not doing that at all, and instead of going in a circle, a clockwise or anti-clockwise circle, it's starting to swing as soon as I mentioned essential oils. Now it's pointing to one, but there are a number in that line, so I'm going to bring one over and see if it's this one. Not moving at all. Okay, we're quite strong for ylang ylang. Now ylang ylang is really good for the skin. It really helps with blemishes and balancing skin tone. It's really good for sleep. It's very commonly used for insomnia and for calming and sedating. Okay, so we're using ylang ylang. So we've got our first essential oil.
Okay.
So let's just put that to the side. Now, as well as ylang ylang, what other essential oil would you like me to use, Stripey? So I'm guessing that you mean rose geranium. Do you mean rose geranium? This is going to be a beautiful mix. So far you've got two gorgeous flowers. Rose geranium and ylang ylang. Look, a base note and a middle note.
Oh yeah, so that's the blue and the yellow.
So Stripey, give me a third essential oil to use for Melissa's reflexology. I'm wondering if you mean myrrh. So in my eye line, that was the one that, yeah.
Oh, that's a very strong yes.
It's a very strong, and it's another bass note.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wondered about that. Like, does Stripey know which ones can go together?
Yeah, you just have to trust the universe. So we've got 3 gorgeous essential oils here. Myrrh, ylang ylang, and rose geranium. I'm going to add it to my pre-prepared little pot here of organic sunflower oil. So let's put a couple of drops of each one ready to apply to the feet. Oh, I can smell that one already. It hasn't even come out yet. There you go. So that was rose geranium. Can you smell that? Lovely. And a couple of ylang ylang. And now myrrh. This might be a bit slower. Okay, myrrh. As in biblical myrrh. Beautiful. So, I'm going to let you smell this beautiful concoction and see what you think.
Oh wow! Ooh.
Do you want a little on your inside
Yes,
of the arm?
please, and I can smell it all day. It's so nice. I've never smelled anything like that mix before. I can't compare it to anything, so I'm struggling to know how to explain it, but...
I can smell rose geranium the most, I think.
It's like a deeper version of the flowery smell.
And ylang ylang is quite distinctive. I'm quite familiar.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is. That's what
Yeah.
I'm smelling, and
Yeah.
that's lovely because I don't think I've ever used that much in treatments.
Okay.
So it's very new to me. It's lovely. It's very refreshing, almost like uplifting.
Are you familiar with myrrh? Do you want to smell it on its own?
I'd love to.
Just smell the top.
Oh, that's really interesting. That might be the depth I was trying to put into words. Yeah. Oh, I never knew what myrrh smelled like until now. It's very
If you take a
nice.
really deep breath, can you feel how that would be good for the respiratory system?
Yeah, it's similar feeling to eucalyptus, like that, going right in.
And very spiritual. Not just the connotation to the Bible, but it really looks after your spirituality. It really brings you home. It's very good for meditating with.
Oh. I mean, I'm trying to do more meditation, so maybe that would be a way of helping the practice.
Oh,
so,
of course.
yeah.
Well, this is your mix. It's got Stripey written all over it.
I love Stripey. I think Stripey is my new best friend.
Stripey.
I like that Stripey likes me. Is she, that you are Stripey?
Yeah, not
right?
Amber at all. Oh.
Amber's also a cute name, though.
Well,
A bit more,
girly.
yeah, not like so kiddie.
Oh. Stripey.
Stripey. I love it.
Right, so should we give you a nice Swiss reflex treatment?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Do you like a hot towel over you?
Oh yes, please, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Well, let me put that in and under. Nice.
Thank you.
Warm enough.
Nice and
Your
snuggly.
feet will warm up now. They're a
Yeah.
little bit chilly, aren't they?
Yeah, my feet and hands often are.
Okay. Oh, lovely. So we've got organic sunflower with, do you remember the mix?
Myrrh, ylang, and then was it rose geranium?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've ever smelt what myrrh was like. It's not what I expected.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've smelt frankincense before, and I love frankincense, but yeah, I'd never smelt myrrh, so.
All you need now is gold.
Gold? Oh, not to smell though. actually, when I was quite young, there was a nativity play at church, and I was the king that carried myrrh.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'd never smelt it. I just had like a fake thing that was a box given to carry.
I think sometimes in nativities they're not just shown as a sparkly box, but they're shown as like a beautiful receptacle jug, or like a decorated bottle with a lovely stopper on it, or like with a lovely point for pouring. You know, because it obviously myrrh is a liquid. So I'm going to start the treatment now. I'm going to overlap my hands and clear down the spine. Please feel free at any time just to relax your head or close your eyes if you feel comfortable to, or you may want to watch whatever you want to do. It's completely fine. So clearing down the spine.
It's interesting, when I close my eyes it's almost easier to focus on the sensations.
Ah, I find that with meditating. So I'm just looking at the map of your body on my drawing here, and I'm going to be working on the sinuses, the solar plexus, the lungs, the shoulder points, the hips, the kidneys, and the cervical lymph. Yeah, so now I'm here a little bit longer, I can feel a little bit of congestion halfway down the spine on the left-hand side. It's just about kidney level, but of course it's on the spine itself. Yeah, don't know if you can feel that, Melissa, but there's a little bit of tightness right there.
Yeah, I can feel that.
So I'm just going to give that an extra TLC. Lovely. Okay, that's getting there. We'll revisit that, I think. Now coming up to the solar plexus. Working on the feet symmetrically and in a clockwise manner. Because of course the solar plexus is also a chakra, as well as a very physical part of us. It's a network of nerves that sits in the abdomen, just lower than the rib cage, just above the umbilical, and just feeling into that area here, instilling some calm, because the solar plexus is all to do with our contentment, our feeling of coming home, restedness and self-esteem. It's a beautiful, large and bright yellow sunshine chakra. Lovely, that feels better, really good. Now coming on to shoulder points while I'm here in this area. And those essential oils will also have a hydrating effect, not just the carrier sunflower. So I'm just supporting with my thumbs, but then circling around the shoulder points. And sometimes shoulders have the added connotation of supporting us because they carry our load, they help us carry our responsibilities in life. And so by massaging into the reflex point of the shoulders, it helps to lighten our load, it helps us to feel capable and in control of our responsibilities and burdens. Much better. Now up to the sinuses. When we were talking earlier, I was just testing the sinuses, which are the toe pads, and it's already gone actually just by testing and minimally treating. So on the right foot, fourth toe, I just found a little glitch there that needed healing. Already feels better. But strangely, the left one is now clicking, so I'm going to give that a little extra attention. Yeah, there we are. Lovely. And then coming round to the neck. The neck was really tight earlier, so using the pad of my thumb round the left side of the neck and mobilising the toe at the same time to help mobilise the neck. I'd call it sore, but I know that I'm not experiencing the sensations, but to me it feels like I'm having it done, so that feels sore to me. It's quite tight at the back, just giving it a little extra flexibility, whereas the flexibility of the toe is good, it moves really well. Lovely, okay. And then into the other side, yeah, again, some flexibility. Okay. Lovely, nice loose neck. And now working into the lungs. So I'm going to caterpillar track movement upwards, symmetrically up the lung pads, these large lungs that we all have, these beautiful organs associated with the colour white. And if we wanted to clear our lungs because we feel like we're congested, or we've been inhaling pollution, or we're suffering with long COVID or some other anomaly, then it's really interesting to focus on the colour white while laying soft hands on your lungs, not too heavily, and then breathing out several times with an out breath and the sound and that will really help clear the lungs. It's really good for the Chinese meridian of the lung. Oh, they're feeling much better. Good. And coming down to the hips. Just the right hip came up earlier, but I might as well treat both at the same time, using my middle finger in a circular action. Yeah, the right one is clicking. So that tells me that there may well be some congestion in the meridian going down to that right hip. Well, that's already better. Still a little click, so I'm just going to go a little bit longer on this area. Breathing in the healing. Breathing in the softness, the alignment, the health of the hips. Feeling like this hip needs a little bit of extra attention, so I'm just working on the foot itself to release the bone on the side of the foot which relates to the hip. If you like, doing a little tweener, bending and pushing, push and pull. That's better. Okay, so now coming to, oh yes, this shoulder blade, the scapula, needed a little extra attention, so I'm going to use both thumbs here. This is near the heart, just under here would be the heart, so I don't want to be putting any pressure or any beating sensation towards the heart, so I'm avoiding that area. I'm using both thumb pads to come up. Just like if I was giving a back massage, I would be pushing both hands in an effleurage movement upwards and over the shoulders to clear any congestion and waste. Moving the lymph. Yeah, so earlier I mentioned that the shoulder pad just felt dehydrated, just felt like it needed more water. I'm not sure how much water Melissa's been drinking today, but this just feels like it needs a little bit more, or else some way of holding on to the hydration for longer. So just coming to the kidney area, adrenals first of all. Yeah, I might cross my hands and just work opposite feet. Oh, that's better. I can apply more thumb pad in a firmer action. So into the adrenals, beautiful. Down the kidney to the ureter and the bladder. So all the waste and the lymph that we've got moving in the feet and the body so far, we are now sealing the deal by clearing the kidneys to the bladder to enable the body to get rid of any toxins that have been scooped up. Yeah, so the kidneys definitely need a little extra attention. That might feel a little sore. So I'm using my body to work the hands in a lovely, rhythmical, flowing action. Always reassuring, creating space and warmth. And coming up to the Brazilian toe technique, starting on the middle toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Second toe. Instilling some warmth. Letting the energies flow. And the first toe. holding on to the energy for as long as possible. Amazing feeling in the room, in our bodies. And in our friendship. Just drying off the foot slightly, clearing some of the oil. Smells divine. Hot socks.
Lovely, thank you. Oh, that feels amazing. So toasty.
There we are, my love. I feel good.
Yeah. Oh, I got so sleepy halfway.
I think I did too.
Oh, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Melissa, you're an angel to treat. Thank you for coming, and I really cherish our times together.
Oh, we'll have to do it again soon. Thank you. No, thank you. It's always lovely coming here as well.
You're welcome anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. Okay, so it's been a really wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time.
Yeah.